YouTube. Okay, I am excited because it is Time Out Thursday, but it is brand new to YouTube. We have been successfully hosting our Time Out Thursdays on Facebook. Hey, Darlene, how are you? We've been successfully, almost sounded like I said something else. Oh, bad me. We have been successfully doing our YouTube lives on Facebook. We've had 12 episodes. So for about 3 months, we've been having these chit chats on Facebook, but I wanted to make it a little bit more official and just move it all where all my videos in one place. So I brought it over here to YouTube. So tonight is the first night that we're live on YouTube. So we're gonna see how it works with Time Out Thursdays on YouTube versus Facebook, and then we'll figure out what works the best. But I have done one YouTube live, so I've got an idea how it works with YouTube, which seems to be kind of like the same thing as Facebook would be. I think all the features are kind of the same. So I see everyone kind of popping on. Hey, girly. I can show you how to broadcast in 2 places at once. I technically could because I've got my Facebook right here, and I could go live on Facebook and YouTube, but I really want to keep it in one place. Like, I don't want to have 2 conversations going on. I kind of want to keep it all right here. The only thing that I kind of like about Facebook is that the comments stay up longer so you can read them. These kind of go away and come back. Hey, Brandy Mason, my new subscriber. I've loved seeing you in your comments. Hey, Tanisha. Hey, everybody's here. You guys got the message. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you? Perfect. Well, I feel right back at home, you guys. I was a little concerned on if we would have people show up because, you know, this is new, and whenever there's change, people start to get confused. So I'm really excited. Hey, Dakota, good to see you. I had a crazy day, honestly, which is why I think this is going to be a good topic for tonight. So let's see here. One thing I want to know is top chat, some messages such as potential live chat, all messages are visible. Let's go with that one. Okay. Darlene said I did that on Tuesday through one place. Okay, Darlene, yeah, message me offline and we can kind of talk about it. Hey, Jasmine, there you are. You found me. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, today I'm just going to jump straight into what we're talking about. As you guys know, when we do Time Out Thursdays, it's typically just random, and whatever our conversation does, wherever it ends up going, that's what we talk about. Someone asks a question, or it's because it's a requested topic. And tonight is a requested topic. I've actually had 7 people since the last time we met that have asked me questions on quitting. Either they asked me a question on quitting, how not to quit, or they have said that something I said or something that they saw that I did inspired them to not quit. So I was like, dang, like this is all going at the same time. And so I thought we could chit chat about it. Now, for those of you that are new to Time Out Thursdays, this is not like a lesson or a speech where I'm just talking to you. I truly thrive off engagement. So I share what you guys share so viewers can see that if they happen not to see your comments. So talk. This is a chit chat. It's not a coffee chat because I don't drink coffee. And it's not a wine down because I don't drink wine. But I sure do have my Oreo Thins for tonight because this topic is ridiculous. So yeah, this is the kind of day I've had. I just bought these today, you guys. Okay, so no judgment when you see it. I just bought these today. Look. One whole side almost gone. And then, wait, one whole side and a quarter. Like, you guys, I'm becoming, look at this. I ate all of them today. And when I say I bought them today, I mean I bought them this afternoon at like 2:30 in the afternoon. And it's almost gone. That's the kind of day I've had. So let's jump to it and get to it. Only thing I think I want to find out about YouTube is how do you keep the comments up so you can see them? I guess they only come up when somebody writes something. Hey, y'all, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button on tonight. Thank you. I didn't know you could do that, Darlene. How do you hit the thumbs up button while you're live? You can do that? I don't know how you can do it. But yes, y'all, listen to Darlene. Listen to Darlene. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. So I know that we're sharing some stuff. Okay, you guys, let's get into the conversation. So, like I said, this spearheaded from people saying that either they were inspired by something they saw that inspired them not to quit, or they were asking the question on what do you do when things just are not working, or you can't figure it out, and you're just ready to throw in the white towel. So I thought I would start off by giving you guys a transparent moment. Hey, Shantae, you made it. So I thought I'd start off by giving a transparent moment, because this is what I find to be the biggest problem, no matter who I talk to, is that it's so detrimental what we do to ourselves. But we compare ourselves to somebody else. So we'll look at a celebrity and say, oh, they're 38 and I'm 37 and they're making millions and I'm barely making it by. Or, you'll look at your coworker and you guys have both been working there the same amount of time, or she's more new than you, but she got the promotion and you didn't. So you're just all ready to quit. I have got this eyelash that is like trying to jump in my eye. Sorry, guys. Or you're in an industry where you're a baker or a real estate agent or a wedding planner or a construction worker, and you just see your peers taking off and moving farther than you. So you're like, okay, I'm ready to quit. Here's the thing. Here is what makes them different from you. And it's probably going to be like, that's not it, Athena, but I promise you it's what it is. The difference is angles and perspectives. Okay? Angles and perspectives. They have probably had more, or I should say the same, if not more, of the same challenges that you're currently experiencing that made them want to quit. But they took the time, the risk, and the sacrifice it takes to look at something at a different angle or try a different perspective. Trying a different perspective, let's start with that one, because it's the most challenging one. Why? Because we're humans and we automatically throw up a defense. So I'm going to use myself as a target, as an example. Like I said, I'm going to have a transparent moment, because that's what I know I can tell you guys the truth about. So once you guys know, I'm engaged. This is not a new thing. I've been engaged for quite a while, but I'm loving it. I don't believe just because you get engaged that means you need to jump into marriage. I have had a marriage before where my two beautiful daughters came from, and it ended in a divorce, and I don't want to go through that same thing. So we are enjoying. We enjoyed it. We enjoyed meeting. We enjoyed the dating, and we enjoyed the courting, and now we're enjoying the engagement. And then next year we'll enjoy starting a marriage. So, anyways, that's a whole other YouTube thing. But I'm going to be talking about my fiance in this one. So, my fiance and I are totally different. Like, he's a planet, and that's a bad analogy. I'm not going to go there. We're totally opposite. So the problem that we have is when we're set on doing something a certain way, it is difficult for us to get our blinders off to see a different perspective, because we just know this is how it's going to work, or this is how we've always done it and it's been working, or this is how so and so does it, so it's got to work. And we get stuck in having to go this one particular way, that when someone shares their perspective, we take it as criticism, judgment, talking down on us, not believing in us, not giving us support, and our defenses are way up. Now, sometimes it's true that they're not being supportive and judgmental, but that's not always the case, especially if you know it's coming from a place of love, okay? I know, what did I shout it out? That my fiance loves me. But over the years, I have taken words that he has shared with me as a defense. Like, I would find myself quickly gaining emotions, ready to snap at him, yell, get into an argument, tell him he doesn't clearly understand. He is not a wedding planner and designer, so he cannot understand why I need to network the way that I do and why I need to do this, and you don't get this and you don't get this, and all those things came up, okay? Because why? I was on the defense because he doesn't do what I do. So how can he clearly understand? And it took all of this year of 2018. You guys, I've been running my business. It will be 6 years this January. Like January 15th, I'll be celebrating six years. And only in this last year have I learned this about angles and perspective. So it took several years. My fiance and I have been together for 8 years. It took several years for him to keep saying the same thing over and over again, and me always starting an argument or trying to start an argument, y'all. He won't even argue with me. But anyways, taking a defense to it. I finally decided, okay, I'm successful, but I'm successful in a content. Like the minute I hit that level of success, I stayed there. Like I stayed at this plateau. Well, I liked the success where I was like something always kind of going up. But I worked, and then, oh my gosh, I reached success. Woohoo! But then it stayed there. Like it wasn't changing. And I said, what is the issue? Like I'm doing everything I've been doing for these past 5 years. Like I should be here now. I should be there now. Yes, have I reached success to a level where other people look at me and say, oh my gosh, I want like your life. But to me, success is when you continually grow. And I didn't feel like I was growing. Like I felt like I hit a plateau, which made me feel like, okay, maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was. Or maybe I really should quit. Or maybe God is closing doors and this is not where I'm really supposed to be. Have you guys ever said that? That because it's not working now, maybe you should quit, or that God is closing the doors, or you're really not that good at it and you start second guessing yourself. That isn't the case. What needs to happen is open your ears to the other perspectives you've been given that you've pushed away, okay? When I finally said, okay, let me just really look at what he is suggesting to me without getting defensive, with taking my emotions out of it and really looking at what he did. So to give you exact specifics, I had an office that I adored and loved that was outside the home. It was absolutely beautiful. It was in a nice central area. And I was loving it. But here's the problem. Like I told you, I was growing, and I hit a level of success. So as I was growing, I got the office, and then, yay, things were taking off. I was always getting phone calls. But my income profit amount didn't grow to the point where I could really, truly sustain keeping my office while still making a larger amount of profit. I could sustain it as in I could afford having the office. But I wasn't seeing any growth in my income or any growth in my business, which is like, well, what's the point? Then, it's not that great. So he kept telling me, you need to let the office go and just work from home. And I said, you don't understand. It's vital for me to have an office. Nobody wants to come meet me in a Starbucks or in my home. They don't want to do this. And so I always fought back. I always argued back as to why, no, I don't need to let go of the office. And I was willing to struggle, strive, do whatever I need to do to keep my office space. But you guys, why would you hold on to something that you're struggling at, that's causing you strife, that you're not finding joy in? That means that you're not really looking at what is best for you at that time. Is it a great idea for me to have an office? Yes. But it wasn't the best at the time. There was a lot of things going on in my life and a lot of transitions. And for that time frame, it was best for me not to have the office. But I was fighting tooth and nail to keep the office. So finally, at the beginning of the year, I said, okay, let's take a look at this. What would it mean if I let my office go? He would tell me that people are not booking me because of my office. They're not staying with me because of my office. And so I was attaching emotions and success to the office instead of attaching emotions and success to what I actually do and what I actually bring to the table. So you're probably attaching your thought process or your definition of success to something tangible, and it doesn't even belong there. Did I hit anybody with that? Say hit. Say hit, type hit if you just kind of realize maybe that's what's happening. That you're attaching it to the type of car that you drive, or you're attaching it to the type of living situation that you have, or you're attaching it to the amount of dollars that are in your bank account, or you're attaching it to the fact that you can't go on a 5-star vacation right now. You can only do a 2-star vacation. So thank you, Darlene. Thank you. So it took me to realize that it wasn't the Shantae perfect hit. It wasn't the office that made that switch. It just happened to be around the same time. So I gravitated to it because I noticed when I got in the office, my business grew. But what I didn't realize is the reason my business grew is because I was networking my butt off for 2 years. And it was just that time for it to start reaping what, sowing what I was reaping what I sow, reaping what I sow. Anyways, it's been that kind of day, long day, y'all. I need an Oreo. So it just happened to be because I was networking and business was growing. Because the business grew, I was able to get the office. But instead of me looking at the work ethic that I had being the reason for my success, I attached it to what I could physically see, which was the office. So it was a fight and extremely emotional and hard for me to let my office go. It's still difficult every now and then because I'm like, oh, I could have my office right now. I could have my office right now. But when I finally let go of the office, I'm not gonna cry about it. I think I'm over it now. When I let go of the office, I let it go still with that, okay, I'm gonna prove to you why I need an office because my business isn't gonna do so well now because I don't have this office. And you guys, I hate when he's correct, but he is correct. Like my business hasn't suffered at all letting go of that thing that I attached my emotions to. If anything, it's actually really gotten way better. Why? Because I'm able to spend more time with my daughters. I'm saving a lot of money because I'm not spending money driving back and forth to the office, paying for a babysitter to watch the kids because the kids are here. They can stay in their rooms while I'm having a meeting. I'm not keeping up with there's just so many things I'm saving money on because I didn't keep the office. The storage unit that I had, I got it because it was right beside my office and I needed my office to be near where my storage stuff was. So I was spending money on an office, spending money on gas and traveling, spending money on a babysitter, and spending money on the storage unit. Okay, so I now moved my office into my office space in home and I saved money on babysitting. I've saved money on gas. I don't need the storage unit because we have a huge garage that he transformed into my show space and inventory space, put all my stuff in there. So now I don't pay for the storage. So you guys, I'm saving hundreds of dollars a month that now I'm able to focus and put into advertising and marketing areas that are now bringing me back to the type of success I like, where I'm going like this versus plateauing. But it took me going through a fight and through a struggle of opening myself to another perspective and really looking at it for what it factually was, not the emotions I'm attaching to it, because the emotions I was attaching to it is I'm not going to be successful without an office. I'm not going to look professional without an office. None of that was truth. It was all my emotions I was attaching to it. So look at what perspective someone has shared with you, or even you thought about once before, but it was too difficult to concentrate on and focus on because it hurt. Try it. Because honestly, it really could be the thing that will change your life, change your business, change your homeschooling sessions, change your real estate experience, whatever you're into and whatever you do. Perspective really makes a difference. Now let's move on to angles. Sometimes getting into a habit is not always the best thing because we become content, and we shouldn't become content because that means you're okay with never growing, never gaining anything new, never experiencing anything new because you're just content. You're just going to sit right here. You don't ever want to get content. So you want to stay in the habit of ever growing. So looking at something with another angle is great. So the biggest way to look at something with another angle is honestly working extremely diligently hard at looking at the positive side of things instead of the negative sides of things. Looking at the negative is the easiest thing to do, especially when you have a really bad day. But if you find the positive things about it, you can move forward. Again, I'll share a transparent moment. I had a fraud issue with my bank account. I won't say who it was from because I don't want to blast the company. But I had a fraud issue that I've had to handle. But it caused such a huge mess with my bank. And with taxes coming up and all these things, all these funds were getting commingled. And it was giving me a 4-month-long headache in trying to clarify what was business, what was the fraud, what was personal, what was borrowed from this, and what was this payment from this and this. I was getting a headache. Like, in my mind, I thought just starting over would be better. So what ended up happening is my bank suggested closing that bank account, applying and opening up a brand new one. And I'm like, what? No, that means I'm losing this and I'm losing this. And again, I found myself getting back into that same track of defense, going up and saying, y'all are tripping. But I found myself that I have grown because while I was like, I calmed myself down and I said, you know what? Look at this as a different angle and another perspective. And I'm talking to myself as the banker is talking to me about why it's a better idea. And then I said, the timing is perfect. I'm at the end of the year. So if I start a brand new bank account, everything I do going in New Year is going in my new bank with a clean record, new tracking, attach it to QuickBooks. There is no commingling of funds, no issues. I hadn't changed the address on my tax exempt yet. I hadn't done any of that. So all this fraud stuff did that's really negative. And when I looked at it another perspective is it brought attention to things that I forgot about, that I was ignoring, that I just didn't want to deal with. It brought it to where I had to deal with it. I had to focus on it. And now there's a very positive outcome because I'm getting new bank accounts, opening up another one for another business, opening up another one for a new department that I'm getting. You guys, I would have never done this because it was just like, oh, I don't have time to go to the bank. I don't want to deal with it. But because now I have to deal with this, I'm taking care of it. I'm getting new bank accounts. My tax returns for 2019 are going to be so prissy, clean, on point. My tax account is going to love me. Why? Because I can start fresh and over. So it's not always negative. It can hurt. It can be damaging. But don't allow it to become detrimental. And this goes with anything that's going on in your life. It doesn't have to always be business. I'm just saying business because I'm sharing my transparent moments. Many of you guys know my daughter was really sick last year, and I could have looked at the negative part of that. So try. Yes, I'm telling you now, it is going to be difficult, and it may sting, and it may hurt a little bit. But it's so important to understand perspective and angles because that can make the world of a difference from you quitting something that really is for you and losing a path that really is for you. If you just take that little bit of a sacrifice of struggling through whatever it's going to take to look at that, hear out that other perspective and look at another angle, that will get you moving so much faster and quicker. It's like a light bulb really just goes off because when I got this office, there was so much stress that came off my shoulders that I didn't even understand was on my shoulders because I had the office. Like I said, I'm able to spend so much more time with my kids. My daughter Ariana would say, Mom, you're working all the time. And it was right. I was always, because I had to take in the travel time from home to the office and from the office to the babysitter, from the babysitter back to home. So I really wasn't spending a lot of time with my kids. And the whole reason I became an entrepreneur was that I could spend more time with my children. I'm in a community of a whole bunch of wonderful, amazing homeschoolers. And my gosh, homeschooling could probably take up half of your day. You forget about you forget about why you decided to homeschool them instead of putting them into a public school. And you start getting frustrated because the kids aren't learning the way that you want them to, or they're not learning as fast as you want them to, or you can't understand how to get this subject clear enough to them, and that textbook is getting on your nerves, or it doesn't really have what you really want. And so you start getting frustrated and feeling like you're not getting anywhere. Try a different perspective and look at it at a different angle. Makes all the difference. Sounds really easy. It's difficult to get through, but it makes a huge difference. Does anybody kind of want to share what their hit moment was tonight? Like, is it the angles? Is it the perspectives? Can you see right now some area that can change if you just try to look at a different perspective or a different angle? Does anyone kind of want to share? Because I'd love to know. I mean, I can share transparent moments all night long of my stories, but y'all don't want to hear me yap all night. I'd love to kind of hear from you guys on, what your hit moment was. That's the key word today. Hit. Yes, hit. Also hit that thumbs up button, that like button that she was talking about. So you guys leave me some comments and let me know kind of what is your hit? Because Brandy, I saw you said hit. Shantae, you said hit. Darlene, you said hit. Jasmine, you didn't say hit, but I know I did you say hit? I don't know. I can't tell. That's the only thing about this YouTube is I can't like scroll. What does this button mean, you guys? Oh, there's some cute little ways I can change my little filters. Okay, but that's not what I was trying to do. What am I trying to do? Okay, there we go. Oh, I can do that? I didn't. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's on YouTube, so you can go back and watch it anytime you want. So you guys are probably taking the time to write, and I appreciate it. But I really just want to see who had a hit moment. Maybe y'all can teach me something. Because it really is true. My fiance has always said stuff out of love, but I took a major defense to it. I was like, how dare you work for the government and in corporate, come into my creative bubble and world and tell me I don't need an office anymore when what I do is all about presentation and how it looks and it's your reputation and all these things. And I attached it to a physical office when really my reputation and my presentation is me and what I do and how I act everywhere that I go. You do the same thing. Tanisha, I know, right? It's difficult when you've got a goal in mind on where you want to go and you have your thought on how you want to get there. And someone who who's out of love, who truly loves you and is not hating on you, because I will be honest, you guys, there are many haters on this journey to whatever dream or goal or aspiration you have. There's going to be haters. Y'all, Jesus Christ himself had haters. If Jesus, the Savior of the world, had haters, you're going to have some haters. So they're going to be there. So don't listen to everything everyone says. But when you know without a shadow of doubt, it is truly coming from someone who truly cares. And their message is always consistent. And it's a message of wanting to support you, but telling you to go another way. Not a message of, you should quit, you need to do something else. Not that kind of message. Like the one who's really like, do this and you'll see a difference. Okay, let's see here. Shantae said, I was in the process of buying a home. Let's see here. I was in the process of buying a home, but there was a last minute hiccup before closing that ended the process. I attached getting turned away from getting the house as a complete failure or adulting. Shantae, yes. Thank you for sharing that. Absolutely. That is a moment that can make you feel like, hello, like something's wrong. Like something's wrong on your credit report or you don't look good to a buyer. Oh my gosh, a perfect situation. So it wasn't the denial. That just wasn't the house for you. Maybe there was an issue you couldn't see that the inspector didn't find that would have caused you a major headache. So you probably dodged a bullet. So yes, don't attach yourself to that. That just was not for that just was not for you. Tanisha says, you have a plan because we are planners, and how dare you try to change my plan? Oh my gosh, Tanisha, yes. When you're a planner, you just feel like you know what's best and you planned it out and it should work because you took all this diligent time. Y'all, my hair is going crazy. All this diligent time to make it work. So when someone comes and says, yeah, your plan not gonna work, try this, your defense goes up so freaking quick. But he's not here and he doesn't watch my YouTube channel, so I can say it without like admitting to him that he was right. But he was right. He was right. Because my business hasn't gone down at all. If anything, it's actually really grown. And we're opening up a whole new department come January. And I have the funds now to increase my inventory the way I wanted to. And I have the funds now to go to certain marketing and advertising placements that I just didn't see being able to do, period. But now I can. Darlene says, you are right. Sometimes we need someone. Go away, little message. Darlene, she said, oh, let me bring your, okay. You are right. Sometimes we need someone who is not so immersed in our vision that helps us take a step back and see it from the outside. Darlene, exactly. Because when you are focused, you can't see what's happening around you because you're focused. Being focused is important, but being focused and having supporters is better because they can see what's going over here while you're focusing. So they can help give you warning signs and look at something new or try something new. That saying of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, I don't believe in that because there's always something better or something new. Like my logo has changed like 4 or 5 times since I've had it. The CRM system I've used have changed 3 times since I started a business. I'm just using examples of people I know. If you're a homeschooler, maybe a certain curriculum that you were using was working in their early on days of their brain, but now they need something more challenging. So you have to switch curriculums. Real estate, Shantae, like you said, buying a house. It's the process you go. Maybe it was the lender. Maybe it was you didn't look truly at what your needs were because we are quick on online. I mean, there's a million things that could happen. So if we just look at it at a different perspective and don't attach to visual things, because perspectives are non-visual, but we attach things to visual things because seeing things is easier to believe than hearing things that you don't see. I mean, it's the human. We're human. That's just what happens. That's just what happens. I can see a physical office, and to me, when I see it, I'm like, that's professional, on it, got it, boom, because that's the way I'm thinking. Because we're automatically critical of ourselves. So I'm pushing myself harder than the outside person who don't care where we meet as long as the content of what we talk about is what they want. I've had so many clients here in my house that compliment so much on this office in my house. They say they feel extremely safe, extremely comfortable, and they leave just fine. What, no difference. The other thing that I love about is this is private. The office that I had was shared with a makeup artist and a photographer. So when all 3 of us are in the office, the makeup artist and the photographer, other conversations are being heard. You don't really feel private per se. And then it's late at night. If I'm meeting with someone at 8 p.m. and they're leaving out of a non-residential area. I mean, there was just so many things that changed when I finally listened. And you guys, it took years. I had my office for 3 years. It took 3 years for him to convince me, or I should say force me / make me move out of my office. But he compromised at the same time. He said, I will get another office. It wasn't an end all saying you don't need an office at all. He just made me understand the timing wasn't right for me to have the office. I will be getting another one. It sounds like he's going to build me one, which I'm really excited about. Our own kind of like firm. But I'm excited because I turned this office into it, and I'm way more productive. Because before we had this house, I didn't have anywhere in my home where I could feel productive to get stuff done. So I would always drive out to my office. Well, time I could be working was time spent on the road driving. Now it's like I get my kids on the bus at 7 a.m. and I'm in my office. Like I get so much more work done. But it was a serious struggle to let go of something that you attach yourself to. So I am being really honest. It's not something you just pop up, oh, I'm just going to go look at this other perspective right now. Yay! No, there was a lot of moments where, I am a child of God, so I don't cuss. Like, I really don't. I could probably count on my hands how many times I've cussed in my entire life. But, like, I was ready to cuss my fiance out. Like, literally, it was like how dare you? I have an attitude. You don't have to come home today. Hang up the phone. Like, you guys, I was really mean to him one conversation we had. We never get off the phone without saying, I love you. Like, it's just a thing. How dare we ever get off the phone without saying, I love you. So we got in this little tip. He won't argue with me, guys. So I'm screaming and yelling and he's just so monotone. He doesn't like to argue. So I'm like, I can't believe it. He's like, okay, honey, I'm going to let you calm down because you're getting that. And I love you so much. And I want you to calm down. So I'm going to jump off the hotline and I'll call you back a little bit later. I love you. And I just hang up the phone. I know, bad me. I just, it used to be better when you had a flip phone and you could just snap it closed like you really hung up on them. And now all you can do is press a end button. It's not fun anymore. It's not fun anymore. Jasmine said, yeah. Shantae, yeah, my husband doesn't either. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Doesn't, but don't you love it, Shantae? Because my first marriage, unfortunately, that's all we ever did was argue all the time. So I'm a pro. I was a pro at it from arguing with my first husband. But my fiance now, we don't argue, and there's like no stress in my life at all. And I know it has a lot to do with that. Shantae said, when I get in that mode, he waits and watches for me to notice that I'm throwing a tantrum. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, wait, hold on, y'all. Y'all give me a second. My daughter is screaming at the top of her lungs. Real life of a mommy. Y'all give me 1 second, okay? Because you can't really pause this. Give me a second, my baby girl. Hold on, y'all. Real life, motherhood. Motherhood's calling. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Be right back. Why are you screaming? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You gonna scream. You can scream in the room. Ariana? Yes. Okay, dinner in just a second, okay? Okay, I'm back, guys. Sorry, real life mommy moment. Okay, so yeah, my daughter screams at the top of her lungs when she's sleepy. So I had to go put her to bed because she found a way to crawl out of her bedroom and start crawling up the stairs while screaming. So, anyways, where was I? Yes, Shantae said, when I get in that mode, he waits for me to wait. When I get in that mode, he waits and watches for me to know I'm throwing a temper tantrum. I love that. Yeah, mine does that too. He just gets quiet and lets me know that it's annoying. But it's so true. It's absolutely so true. Let's see here. Jasmine said Craig doesn't argue either. I know, these are awesome. We all got some awesome men here. They don't argue back. It takes 2 people to argue, you guys. It takes 2 people. So when they don't argue with you, you don't argue. So anyways, you guys, I didn't want to make this really long. I just wanted to hit this topic because, like I said, it was heavily requested. So the way that you don't quit is you don't quit. Plain and simple. Just because you start with a clean slate doesn't mean you quit. It means that you're trying something new and a new angle. If something isn't working for you the way that you're doing it, there's a glitch in that system. You need to dissect it and try something new, doing the same thing, having the same focus, but going about it in a different way. I actually have one of my students on here. You guys have heard me say before, I'm a tutor with QC Event Planning School. And one of my students is on here. And she had a marketing idea that she wants to run with. And I suggested that was not the best idea. That it wasn't going to get her to her goal. So instead of watching her get frustrated, going this route that she thinks is a great way, because either she heard it from somebody else or she's just guessing or whatever, she had an entire plan on how she was going to go with it. And I just wanted to tell her to scratch that whole idea. Been there, done that. I want you to be as successful as me. So try this perspective, and she probably could have at first took like, what? How dare she? Like, this was a good plan. But she mentioned to me she was open to trying something new. So I'm really excited to give her a very detailed plan that she is getting this weekend before Christmas. Amazing Christmas gift. That really will enhance her business where she wants it to go. But you guys, the only way she could do that is if she was open to my perspective of where I could see where she could go. I could give her that because she's wanting to do exactly what I do in the wedding event planning world. I've been where she was. I struggled the way that she thinks she's about to struggle, but I have figured out how to no longer struggle. So I want to give that as a gift to her. Is don't go through what I went through. Don't struggle the way I did, but you got to do this and you got to scratch that. So she's got to be open to another perspective and trying different angles to get to where she wants to go. There she is. Hey, Nicolette. Jasmine, I'm gonna call Jasmine out. Same thing for Jasmine. Jasmine is an event planner here in Dallas, Texas, and she's been working, trying to get her business to where she wants to go, and it just wasn't getting where she wanted it. Is she hella good at her job? Heck yes. She has every skill set needed, but her strong points or strengths weren't that really of and don't take this wrong, Jasmine, of an entrepreneur. There are people that are made to be entrepreneurs and business owners, and there are people that are made to be assistants, to work for another company, to be contractors, and be hella good at it. In my family alone, if I'm just going to talk, my mom, my dad, my sister, me, and my brother. Okay, out of 5 of us, all 5 of us have ventured and tried entrepreneur journeys. Out of the 5 of us, 3 of us are still entrepreneurs. And 2 said 2 birds with the entrepreneurship, and they are at the top of their game for the companies that they work at. They're the top employee every single month. They're making every single bonus that there is, because that's the route they should go. Not everybody should be a CEO, CFO, and top of a company because they can't handle it. Not everybody should be in entrepreneurship because, y'all, it is a daily 24/7, every second grind of every single moment. You work 60 hours instead of 20. Like, everyone is going to find like their place. So I'm so excited for where Jasmine's going to go because I need her. I need her. And so she's freaking awesome. Jasmine said, no offense taken. I don't want to be a business owner. I'm a planner trying to figure out how to do one without having the other. Exactly. So you guys, Jasmine, and I'll make a little pre-announcement. Jasmine is coming to work for me at my business, but she's not an employee. You guys, I want her to do what she's amazing at. She's an amazing event planner. I don't want to plan events anymore. I just want to design them. So we are filling each other's needs because I don't want to plan anymore. I only want to do design because I need more time at home with my kids. And planning takes a lot more time. She didn't want to deal with the design. She wants to deal with contracts, logistics, and all the things I don't really want to do anymore. So what is that doing? It's benefiting both of us. But we both had to be open to different perspectives and angles to make it work. I wouldn't go hire nobody. That's another change my fiance gave me on changing up the business and letting go of planning, because he did this whole analytics in my business and, said that anyways, that was another, could have been argument between my fiance and I, that I had to, again, look at another perspective and another angle. And it's actually going to work out better than anything, because now I can advertise heavier in the planning mode because I'm going to have a planner that is going to run with it. And I'm so excited about it. Y'all have no idea. Like, I've got 2 girls that are coming into one that's still there, but taking a new position. And so you guys, amazing things happen when you learn how to be okay with opening yourself up to a different perspective. And sometimes it's not always a different perspective. Sometimes you've got the right perspective, but you just have to look at it at a different angle. Have you guys ever noticed when you take a selfie, you can take it dead on, it looks one way, but if you kind of take it another angle, it looks better. But you do another angle, it's like, what's up? And a different angle, you can see more in the lens. Then another angle, difference between portrait and landscape. It's the same thing with whatever you're focused on. If you go at it at a different angle, sometimes you can see a different opening or a different hole or a different rip that you need to sew back together. If you're sewing a pillowcase and you're only looking at the top, you might not see the holes that are at the bottom that you need to restitch, okay? So looking at the same object with the same perspective and focus, you just need to look at a different angle. So did that help anybody? I hope so. That's the whole purpose of these Timeout Thursdays, is to help. And I know today was a little bit lower in participation because we are brand new to YouTube. We're usually on Facebook, and I'm glad to see some people who have been with me since the beginning. I said this is episode 13, but I don't really know if it's 13 or 14. I need to go back and check. But for those who are brand spanking new, because I so forgot to introduce myself. My name is Athena Devon with Passion as a Verb. And Passion as a Verb is all about what it says, living your passion as a verb, putting action to whatever your passions, goals, and desires in life are, no matter what they are. And I am here to show people how to have fun and live their life, even though they're gunning and grinding for whatever the dream and passion is. There's every type of mentor and coach and conference and seminar and retreat telling you about the side of whatever your passion and desire is. I'm here to remind you that you still have a life to live while you're doing that. So we do a lot of eating of desserts and treats here, and shopping and jewelry and makeup and lifestyle things and mommy things, because I'm a mama, and creative ideas. I am all about showing somebody something creative that they can do in their world to save them peace of mind, to save them money, to save them time, whatever. We're saving things over here. So welcome to Passion as a Verb. Be sure to check me out on Instagram and Facebook at Passion as a Verb, and go to my website, www.passionasaverb.com. Thanks, you guys, for joining me tonight. I'm working on keeping these under an hour, because if you guys know me, I can go for 2. But your time is precious just as much as mine is. I hope you guys got hit tonight. If you're watching this, you know what I mean by hit, and that you had an eye opener. Please do share with me. Come back to this video and leave a comment on you trying something, either with a new perspective or a different angle, and letting me know how it turns out. I really love to hear from you guys. My passion is in helping other people reach their dreams and goals. So if you really want me sad, then don't say anything to me at all. But if you'd like to see me smile, because y'all like my smile, let me know about your life and your success, because that's what makes me extremely excited when I know I can help just one. So hopefully one got hit, and one will come back at least with something they try with a new perspective and share it with me, you guys. This is Athena Devon with Passion as a Verb. Y'all have a great night. I'm going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my Oreo thins, and I'll catch y'all next Thursday. Bye, guys.